Up next, we have the Lester House, the rear addition for outstanding new construction. Suzanne Lester was looking to downsize with her teenagers and found a former rental home on one of the smallest streets in Boulevard. This circa 1920s four-square mill house, built steps from Southern Mill, suffered from an outdated mid-century addition on the back. The project tastefully added space for a kitchen, 2 bedrooms, and a bathroom while retaining the home's character and view from the street. It's a great example of modernizing without overwhelming. So the recipient is Suzanne Lester, owner, and as a fun fact, in the renovation, the original beadboard walls were uncovered and restored. An incredible project, one that we're very excited to celebrate.
Okay, so to wrap up our session tonight, we have the award of Outstanding New Construction. This was a project taken on by Suzanne Lester, where she decided that she was going to downsize, and so she and her children were looking for a place to renovate, and they found one over not too far from Southern Mill street that's lined with many cottages, and so this was quite a little project. But the actual this cottage was probably maybe 1920s. And it had, at some point in its history, an addition that was done that was not very successful. And so that's what I would call a remodel. And so Suzanne's vision was to remove that addition and add something that was more appropriate to the house. So that was what was the part that impressed the jury of judges about this particular project. While of course the work that she did on restoring the house and bringing it back to life and making it work for her and her family, but they were very impressed with how she and her designer Van Strickland approached adding onto this building so that they could have a couple of extra bedrooms. And I think that what they did was extremely sensitive and well done, and that's not what always happens in to our historic buildings sometimes. But they did an outstanding job, and again, the idea that they were willing to take on this project. This is an area on New Street. I think it's New Street. Maybe it's New Avenue. I need to check that out. Sorry, but that is an area that's really taking off. There are a lot of the mill houses there because obviously being next to the vicinity of Southern Mill, those were the houses of the workers for the mill. And that area has really, really taken off. And I encourage you, if you haven't done this before, to drive over to that area of between Boulevard and Nakuchi and Lakeview Street and New Avenue, all of that area there. You will be amazed at what's happening to the houses there. They're being obviously fixed up and restored and added onto, and really creating an area that families are interested in being in. And it's really a revitalization of that area. And so it's people like Suzanne Lester who is willing to take this kinds of projects on. She's not new to historic homes. She at one time had a home on Boulevard, and so she knew what she was getting into. And I'm sorry that I wasn't able to speak to her tonight, or Van. Van Strickland is an architectural designer in our community, and I've known Van for a long, long time, and I'd like to give a shout out to him and his work and helping her accomplish what it was that she was hoping to do. But I think that one of the things that is so critical about working with a historic home, and this home was is in a historic district, which meant that it had to go before the Historic Preservation Commission. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what we affectionately call HPC, Historic Preservation Commission. That is a commission that reviews all projects that take place or happen in a designated area in Athens, Clarke County. And we have about, I'm going to say 10 or 12 of these designated areas that they are responsible for reviewing projects. I meet before that commission on a regular basis, and they are very helpful. Our planning department works just amazingly with the people that are doing projects in these areas. A shout out to Amber Eskew, who is the liaison between the planning department and the citizens of Athens, Clarke County. And she is supported by Bruce Lonnie, and who is the assistant director of the planning department. So they have a wonderful team of people down there that if you have questions about renovations and additions and changing out something about a historic building that's located in one of those historic districts, they will take the time to work with you and fill you in on all of the different things that are involved in working on that. And they give you, I constantly go in there myself, even though I'm there regularly, but I go in there often and I say, Amber, I need a little coaching here. You know, what are some things that you would be looking for, you as a reviewer? And you have Amber, of course, is the liaison to the Historic Preservation Commission. And so she has a finger on the pulse about what they're looking for. And sometimes that's just something that you need to hear because it's not something that we all are that immersed in. So I really wanted to give a shout out to them for, you know, what they're able to do with that. And so obviously when Suzanne took on this project, she got involved with the planning department as well as her designer Van. And, you know, they, a lot of times what they'll allow you to do is to come up with some conceptual ideas. And without even getting into the formal process, they have sort of an opportunity to have a review session where they'll look at something which is non-binding and non-committal, but they'll review something that you're working on and give you their initial thoughts about it so that when you do actually submit your certificate of appropriateness application, that you have already had the benefit of hearing from the commission. And that is so powerful when you're, you know, working on some of these buildings and some of these houses and, well, not just houses, but commercial buildings as well, because it just helps keep you on sort of a straight and narrow path about what's important and what the commissioners are looking for, how to best present in many cases. And because it can be a little bit of a nerve-wracking thing to stand up before a commission of 6 people, maybe 7, I don't remember the exact number, but and present your project. So it's nice when you can sort of have that added benefit of being able to get some coaching ahead of time, which I'm sure that you know, Suzanne was able to do as well. So you saw some of the pictures there that of the house that she did. It looks like just an amazing project that she was able to accomplish. And so I really want to congratulate her. And I can see why the awards committee was enamored with the new construction part of this project. And so therefore, outstanding new construction seems to be the perfect award for that.